What's going on, Aces? Welcome back to the channel. I hope that all of you guys are having an amazing day. So I'm getting caught up with all of the Real Housewives of Potomac drama and all of the announcements. And now we have Nneka, who was only there for one season. She's gone too. I mean, it's a good thing that they canceled BravoCon because at this point, it doesn't look like anybody would be employed enough to be there. Like, did Andy roll out of bed on the wrong side, obviously, and just had a whole book of pink slips that he is handing out? I saw something recently. I think it was on like the Up and Adam channel where he was saying that New Jersey, the Real Housewives of New Jersey, it's not sustainable. I don't know. A lot of people on Twitter are saying that this is the decline of the Real Housewives franchise, not just with Potomac, but a lot of the franchises are starting to fall off. And I feel like it's because they're not listening to what the viewers are saying that they want, right? For example, let's go with Potomac. We have said multiple seasons that they should have brought in a specialist to talk about colorism because my question, even with Nneka, why is Nneka being fired only after one season? We didn't even really get a chance to get to know, she has businesses. I believe she's an attorney. Her husband is a traveling doctor. We know a little bit about their fertility journey, but instead of focusing on that, her getting settled into Potomac, North Potomac, if you nasty, Mrs. Karen Huger, okay? But Potomac, nevertheless, we didn't get to see the fun aspects. We said that we wanted to see Karen's, triple 20 party, right? They cut that out. We didn't get to see, there's so many aspects and facets of these ladies, lives, right? One thing that Andy said, one question from a viewer in regards to Wendy was, and I should have brought this up during my recap, but I forgot. The viewer said something like, Wendy, when are you going to pick a niche? And I thought that that was being a Renaissance woman. I thought I was taught that that is, a positive thing, right? To have multiple streams of income. And of course it is. But they seem to be upset that Wendy is a doctor, a professor, a talk show host. Her husband is, he's a professional as well as an entrepreneur. He has, Happy Eddie, which is doing multi-million dollars in sales. Like, I feel like people are socialized and conditioned to put you in this box, in this category. And if you dare step out of it, then it just, completely throws them and they get irrationally angry, right? So I would have loved to see more from Nneka and her husband in regards to their lives outside of just arguing with Wendy. I feel like there's so much that gets, left on the cutting room floor. The viewers have repeatedly asked for that we wanted to see. We want to see their businesses thrive. How did Happy Eddie take, what was supposed to be considered an insult, I believe it was from Deborah, and turn that into a multi-million dollar business, right? How is Wendy doing it all instead of trying to disparage her for being a Renaissance woman? Because what she said was, I'm, multi hyphenated. I am, a talk show host, a mother, a wife, a professor, business owner. How does she manage to do all those things? How does she juggle all those things? Just like with Atlanta, we wanted to see more about Kenya and her hair care line and her hair care spa, but they're so focused on the bickering between women, and that gets really old. I mean, especially if there's no one like funny or witty like a Nene Leakes, or even though Phaedra got on my nerves a lot of times, her reads are legendary. There's no one like that on the Real Housewives of Potomac. The closest is Karen, but um, I don't know. She's dealing with a lot, and I don't know if they're even going to talk about uh, her car accident recently next season. But I'm upset that we didn't get to see more from Nneka. Like, why was she not given a second season to redeem herself? Because if anybody should have been cut, it should have been Ashley Darby, who gave nothing this season. Like, what did I mean, other than the GNA line, and I don't even think they have 10 items on their website, Giselle and Ashley. They are so protected, and I don't even know if they are aware. Like, I honestly, the more I delve into racism, colorism, power dynamics, the whole hierarchy of just not in American culture, but in other cultures and globally, people who are in positions of power, I feel like it's a blind spot, right? They are not even aware of how much they are protected and how they are socialized and conditioned to view other people, right, through a lens of, otherizing them or dehumanization, not to get too academic, right? But I'm really upset because Giselle and Ashley are constantly protected by Andy. And, I understand colorism. Trust me, I've studied it, I've living it. And Nneka, Wendy, and Candice were constantly being, I mean, just the microaggressions, you know, Nneka being dismissed after her first season is ridiculous. I'm I'm like, okay, because Ashley, again, she gave nothing outside of her proximity to power, which is her marriage to Michael and being, half white and being subservient to him. That's why she's still on the show. That's the prototype of the housewife that they want to project, as opposed to Dr. Wendy and her husband, Eddie, who are, extremely successful, business minded, juggling all these different multiple revenue streams, right? Especially in this economy, that's what people want to see. Or celebrating, Karen turning 60, looking great. We missed her whole triple 20 party. Like, what happened to that? And people are constantly saying, we want to see the women, prosper economically, financially. We want to see them, I think the GNA fashion show, it went well before the fight, but nothing from that fashion show transferred onto the website. They have like socks and hats and t-shirts and overpriced hoodies and all that stuff you can get at Walmart. Like, that's not what people watch the Real Housewives franchise for. We don't watch it for Walmart. We watch it for, Gucci, Prada, Fendi, whatever. That's, or not even, it doesn't even have to be Italian, but just something quality and well made, right? I don't know. But with Nneka, I really wish that she would have got a second season. She's a proud Nigerian. I don't understand what happened with, her and Wendy falling out. But that's all we saw. The fact that she was trying to conceive with her husband, their fertility journey. Again, I appreciate their transparency. We would have loved to see that, happen. Them, reaching conception, being successful, starting a family, you know what I mean, building businesses. But again, I feel like she was just largely unprotected by the other cast members, by the network, by Andy himself. And I feel like a lot of that, I don't know if people are even aware of their biases, but and it's problematic. And I really wish that she could have had a second season of, redemption. Um, she really didn't get to even get started. I feel like she came in at a time where the housewives, unfortunately, especially Potomac, is on the decline. And I feel like she got, a raw deal. But you guys, let me know your thoughts. What do you think about Nneka being let go? Do you think it was fair? Do you want to see her back for a second season? Maybe she can do a transition like Phaedra did from the Housewives to Married to Medicine, because unlike Phaedra Parks, she actually is married to medicine. So we would love to see her on that franchise. But anyway, you guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I will talk with you in the next video. Take care, aces. Bye.